Hi everyone, Jan Furston here from Furston House. Have a new journal that I want to share with you. This one is a special order for Jennifer. Jennifer, I hope you enjoy this. Jennifer had purchased another journal from me, and then she saw one that I had done for my friend Jane in England. And Jennifer wanted one very similar. So although it's not identical, it is similar. And Jennifer also wanted me to use, if I could, a preponderance of purple flowers. And that's what I did. So primarily it's using Edith Holden pages. That's from her book, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And then I've also used a lot of my own flowers and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The dimensions are 9 inches tall, 6 inches wide with a 3-inch spine. There are approximately 96 pages. There is a bookmark in here that we'll get to. I may just pull it out early and get it out of the way, but it has these beautiful buttons that I'd found some time ago, and I just thought it was really neat. It has 6 charms. One of the charms is an actual little acorn. It used to be a button, I think, and I thought, perfect, it would be perfect for this journal since it is Edith Holden. And one of the charms is a leaf. And then we have a lock and a key. And we have a polished stone. And we have a little glass rabbit. So anyway, what can I say? And this is using silk seam binding as a closure. It has the nameplate, of course, and the same fabric. This is decorative fabric that I used with the other one. I love this fabric. And perched on top of the spine is a bee. He is removable, but there he sits. And then there's the back of the journal. So you can tell he's quite chunky. So let's go ahead and get started. And I think I will go ahead and pull out the, well, I'll wait till I get to it, I suppose. On the first page is the picture from the book. This is a picture of Edith Holden. She was about 20 years old here. So that would have been taken, I want to say around 1900, somewhere in there. But there she is. And then here I've used a couple of things from the book as well. And as I've said, I've tried to use pictures of purple flowers as well as my own purple flowers. This is just a blank page that reminds me to put in my own personal letter to Jennifer. And then this is from the cover of one of the books that I use. So I've just created a large space for journaling. And then we have the "This Belongs To" stamp. This book belongs to. There we go. I've also included this little bit of information, and it talks about where she was born and when and so on and so forth. You can actually journal on the reverse if you'd like. That's up to you, Jennifer. I just hope you enjoy what I've created for you. See if I can get all this back in without too much of a hassle. As I said, it is 3 signatures. We've used the royal we, I guess. Vintage lace, and there's some antique lace. You can see here the fussy cutting. This is something new I did. I copied this after my friend Jane. She had done one for me, and I thought it was really neat. And I've just put, you can use it as a bookmark, but I just use it as a journal space myself. But I thought that was really neat. She came up with that, so I did that myself. So Jane, I appreciate all the tips. I've done a lot of stamping in the books, and I've tried to keep purple flowers in there. More, this is a CD sleeve, and then this, of course, comes out. Then you have the reverse. We have more of the vintage lace here. An applique that I just happened to have that had purple flowers on it. Some of the green ribbon that I love, it's leaves, and I think it's so neat. Leaves, not leaves, leaves, with the accordion ribbon trim. That's fun to make, actually. There we go. I did more stamping here. This is, oh, actually, Jane made this one for me. And she did some stamping of her own back there. And it's a nice lot of journal space. And then I just added a little bit of crocheted lace at the top. There's that little leaf. And then there's another one that Jane made. And I just put a little bit of crocheted lace again on that top as well. Okay. Have a little journal card, and this is the title of the book that I used. I just thought that'd be kind of neat to have in there. And all of the things that are using the artwork and the pages from Edith Holden, those are not photocopies. That's the actual pages that were removed from the book. I have some beautiful pages in here. I've used paper from My Porch Prints. I love their papers, just gorgeous. And then my own paper I've used. Also, I've used some paper that I purchased from Boho Provision Company. So, tried a few new things this time. Did a little bit of a, not cellophane, vellum, I guess. A little bag. Glassine bag, I think that's what they call them. And I thought that was really neat. And I did some, had lots of fun the other day doing some bathing the papers and or dyeing them, whatever you want to call it. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of mess, but it really turned out well. There we go. A little bit of crochet that my grandmother did on some pillowcases. My grandmother and my great aunt. Here we have an Edith Holden pocket. Whoops, my band-aid's coming off. I'm channeling my grandsons. I've got Paw Patrol band-aid. 2 more pages for journaling. And again, that's from My Porch Prints. Vintage buttons and vintage lace. Tim Holtz flower. And this little pocket came from a dress that my daughters wore when they were little. And then I think my daughters did. I know my granddaughter wore it. Anyway, more pages from My Porch Prints. Is that beautiful? I love it. And I thought it goes really well with Edith Holden because of the nature theme of it. And I had to remove one of the little buttons because it was not the right color and we needed purple. So we changed that one out. Just put a bit of what I call a fabric fall. It has a little tiny sequin thingies. Yeah, thingies. That's the official word for it. Here we have the thistles, which I believe it's blank. Oh, it's a postcard. I'm sorry. It is a postcard. Well, turn it right side up, silly. This is probably one of my favorite pages in the, my most favorite pages. They're also yummy to look at, but that one's probably one of my most favorite in her book, and that's the thistles. I love thistles. I love bees. So, and there's that little polished stone that I have in there. Here we have a journal card that I made using also some glassine bag and then just a cutout there. This is Primrose. This came from Pelham, Alabama. Earlier this year, I believe. I think it was this year. Yes, it was. So that's one, and it comes off. I'm not going to take it off, but you can see what it looks like. Hopefully the light won't glare on the acetate. Cut out here. This one's just blank on the reverse. Nope, sorry it is. Well, there goes my little Paw Patrol. All right, Paw Patrol. You're not staying fastened. There we go. And then here is something that I learned. I think this is the right one. From, yes, from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. Oh, it's the most beautiful journals. She created this pocket, and it's really neat. You've got the beautiful picture on the reverse. You've got the writing here, and that's acetate. Then you have the card that slides in, the journal card that I've just put a backing on so you can actually use it for journals. And I just thought that was so cool. And it was, I love finding new ideas. So again, that was from Tailor-Made Journals. That idea came from there. Let's see if I can get these back relatively easy. Okay, that's the end of our first signature. Here is the, well, I'll get it here in a minute. This is the, and it's actually a double bookmark. You can use it for both places. Kind of like those. I'm just going to lay him out of the way. This is the middle journal, or middle signature. I've used the same card here, or the same page. And then it's reverses for journal space. Crocheted lace on the back. Another accordion ribbon. Thistle. Oh, these thistles are hard to do, because they're so bulky. It took me almost, at least 6 months to flatten that thing out as flat as it is. And then you have to put it, still have to put it in heavy duty plastic, because it is spiny. It's a nasty, thorny little thing. You don't think they are, because they're very small, and then you go and touch one and then you'll find out in a hurry just how nasty it can be. This is a little envelope with a little card in it. I made these at our retreat recently. Did a little stamping. This is a great way to use up bits and pieces of lace, and fabric, and what have you. You just literally kind of create a little stack of fabrics and laces and just glue it on or sew it on however you want. Turns out really well, and I just added that on the back. This is a little booklet from, let's see, I'm going to take this one off. I used a ledger from 1912. Some of them are 1910. This one's 1912, November 18th, 1912. These are original pages from the ledger, and I've just created a little booklet. You can see the original writing in there, and it was a ledger from a men's club, or a gentleman's club, I should say. Made it a little booklet. More from the book Edith Holden. Put the lace, little snippets there. Again, that's a great way to use up small pieces of lace and fabric. And they look so sweet, and they're fun to make too. It's about time for me to make a bunch more. There's a little lock and key charm. Little snippet flower I've made. More stamping here. These flowers here are from the Tim Holtz Botanical Collection. This, I believe, my friend who made this, Jane, I believe she did. Put him there. Whoops, did I put him in the wrong spot? Nope. I've just left a pocket empty then, so you can put some of your own goodies in there. More journal pages from My Porch Prints. And then a pocket with the violets. I love violets. They're so sweet. Here we have a page from the book. And I've used my Paradigm Hostas. Then journaling space on the reverse. And then on this side we have another journaling page. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Here we've got a card. It's just what I call a fold over. It's really nice and simple. And again, this is a great way of using up journal space. Journal space. Great way of using up leftover scrapbook pages. These die cuts are from the Tim Holtz die cuts. I'm having fun with my die cutting machine. Let's put him back there. This is something new that I've done. I've done one of my own. This one I did not do. This one was done by Annette from the Boho Provision Company. And you take 2 envelopes and you glue them together with their flaps. And I thought that was so cool. So this one she made. And then she did some stamping and cutting out pages and stuff. And then this is My Porch Prints pages. I've just put those in there for writing space. Isn't that beautiful? Very mottled looking and just almost like it's in water or something. I love it. But anyway, these are fantastic little things. So I have got a lot of envelopes that I've saved. And guess what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of days? Oh, and I've just put cutouts from the Edith Holden book. She did some stamping here. I just thought that was really neat. It was a great way of holding on to providing space for writing, and just really neat. So thank you, Annette. That is hers, and I'm using it as a sample to do others. This one is another, it's just a little bit larger, so I'm not going to take it off. It has a plain little card in the side, on the inside. And again, it's just using snippets of lace and a vintage button here. Some stickers I've got. There's the back side of it. This, my friend, now who did this one? Andy. Thank you, Andy. She did this for me. She created, I added the stickers. That's no big deal. But she created the pocket. And I thought that's such a neat thing. I really liked the way she did that. And then she used the tab out of the page as well. So I thought that was cool. This is from Flowers, some stickers that I had. Oh, goodness. I've had them at least 6 years, 8 years. And they're purple. And I thought, yes, I can use them. And then we have a purple orchid. My husband loves orchids. I don't care for them at all myself, but he loves them. So we have orchids. More of that little purple flower sticker that I had. And that's the end of the second signature, and this is the third signature that we're starting. Digitalis. I love these. Foxglove is a common name, and Digitalis, I think, is the technical term. And then we've got another accordion ribbon bit. Just a little bit of a snippet here for decoration. Here we have, I love that little acorn. It's just so sweet. And this is Phlox. That was a lot of fun. Fun. I was going through all of my flowers and finding what's purple. And I found a lot more than I thought I had, so that was really neat. This is another little booklet using that that ledger from this one is from 1912. I think it was in November. And again, I've just put a little bit of a fabric snippet on there. So we'll just slide him in here. But that is the original page with the original writing. I love things that are that old, and you look at things, and you know, paper is not very, it's rather fragile. And to see something that's from over 100 years ago that's still, you know, of course they had better inks back then. I'm not sure our inks are going to survive as well as these do, but anyway, I just think it's neat to see something that old that has lasted. Some stickers here. This is another new thing I did. Inspiration came from Jane, and it's just a little pocket using vellum with the back of the page, and then again, you could use that as a bookmark if you'd like. I just thought it was so sweet. I like the idea that you can see through it there. This is a postcard, so I'm not going to take it off. It's just blank on the back, other than the postcard markings. There's the little rabbit. I don't know if you can see him really well. I have one more left. Had him for years, and I thought, okay, Jan, you need to use it. And this is the back of another envelope with one of those snippets on here that you can see. Oh, and this one, this is also a postcard as well. I love the Edith Holden postcards. Of course, I love Edith Holden anything, really, so. And again, the snippet envelope, and it has a little card inside. Here's a larger journal card. Did some stamping of a bee on the back. This is the middle of the journal. These are Tim Holtz flowers from their die cut. I love those. Those are so neat. Some stamping. I love bees. Okay, yeah, I admit it. Here we have, I think this one came from Jane as well. She had a huge amount of leftovers that she gifted me with after she did my journal. And so I just made the inside a journal space. And then just put a little bit of Velcro on there. Isn't that beautiful? So, put this in here. My Porch Prints paper. Some lace. This is new lace, but it looks old. I love it. Some stamping I did. This is fuchsia from our garden here in Madison. I love fuchsia. And then pocket. And now, oh, this particular page, or picture, came from Edith Holden. It's called, let me see, just a second. It's called The Edwardian Later. The Edwardian Lady. And it was compiled by Ina Taylor. And it is, the book is about Edith Holden's life, and her whole family was very gifted. And this is some of the pictures that she drew. You don't see too many of these. This book was published in, the picture was published in 1910. So I thought that would be nice to have in there. More pages from My Porch Prints. A little crocheted flower I created. I tried embossing for the first time, so I was really pleased with that, how it turned out. I've never done that before. And then this is Pincushion. Sweet little flowers. Here we have a fabric fall using the same fabric that covers the book. Here's another one of those little pictures. I think I had two in there. 1910. Just sweet. And then, of course, the pocket itself with lace and what have you. And then it has on the reverse, or in the pockets here. Then you have the pages there. And again, this is my favorite page. It's just a larger version. And when I was cutting it out to make it fit, I had to cut off the bee on this side. Well, I'm not about to get rid of a bee, so I put him there. And then did a little bit of fussy cutting here. So anything I cut off, I try and use. So, but that is probably my most favorite page. And the paper there is just holding still with the paper clips. This was fun. It's a pocket. And I just put little fabric flowers using my ribbon here, my leaf ribbon. And I thought, well, we've got to use purple flowers. Hello. And we made this large journal card. And this paper is also from My Porch Prints. I put it on cardstock. I printed it out on cardstock. Yep. Okay. And the end. This is, it's like a little secret garden. So you have to open up the gate. And voila. These are burgundy azaleas. I just love this. Thought it was so neat. So there's the secret garden. I'm not sure why I'm whispering, but I always do when I open that up. And in the back of it is a little pocket. These are purple azaleas. So we had burgundy azaleas. This is a purple one. And I've just put Happy Journaling, Jennifer, from Jan Furston of Furston House. So Jennifer, I hope that you are pleased with the journal. I enjoyed making it, and I hope you are pleased with it. You all have a lovely day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.